Hello and welcome back. I'm here once again in the grow room, sharing my thoughts about life again with you. Lately, when I start filming the last few videos, actually more than the last few videos, I really have no idea what to say. I come onto these things and I just start speaking. It seems as though I've been through a lifetime of lessons within the last 4 years since my awakening, my spiritual awakening. Nearly 4 years now, September the 18th, 2016. My whole life shattered, and a huge part of me just died in an instant. I once in a while sometimes still wonder what it's all for and what it's all about. The intensity of the experience was such that I've never been the same since. And the feeling of, I want to say, fitting in. I've always felt as though I've never fit in anywhere in the world. With no group of people, with no country, city. When people would say I'm from this place and say it proudly, I felt very awkward to say that. I felt like, no, we're all kind of the same, actually. We're all human. I'm not that or that. No. And one thing that's happened since the life-shattering experience I've had is that only intensified. And to anyone who's going through a spiritual awakening right now, I want to explain to you and tell you that it's not going to get easier. I'm not here to give you any hope at all. As a matter of fact, I'm here to pull the hope right out from under you. You see a lot of quotes about hope, a lot of quotes saying things about hope. The reality of hope is that it will only hold you back. You can only hope for something that is not here and now, and you can only find love in your heart in the very moment that you exist, which is now. You can't hope for anything than what already is. If you're hoping, you're projecting a future outcome that you wish is going to be better than the one and the experience that you're currently in right now. So to anyone that's going through a spiritual awakening right now, it feels like a roller coaster. If you all of a sudden feel different inside yourself, if your awakening is as sudden as mine was, you're not sure what's happening, you're not sure what just happened, and you feel this intense longing to understand what's going on inside of you, and this intense longing to find other people who are also experiencing what you're experiencing, because the sense of loneliness is going to intensify. But you need to transmute that loneliness to aloneness and realize that you came into this world alone and that we're all going to leave this world alone. Learning to accept the harsh realities of life. You transcend time, you transcend pain and pleasure. Understanding that there is no hard times, that it is your ego, the clinging aspect inside of you that doesn't want change, that says this is hard. Nothing is actually hard. There's only energy, and everything you experience is a type of energy formation, a flow, if you will, a river of energy that flows through the body. One of the most ridiculous aspects of life today is the pill popping generation. The idea that you can take a pill to numb the pain of reality. The insane idea that seeking comfort is the most important thing in your life. The insane idea that you are to create this world, this bubble of your life, the existence, your experiences, that your life is to fit in this bubble of comfort. And that the minute you feel as though your bubble is being expanded or maybe about to pop, you lose yourself in this outburst of emotion. You will become defensive. You'll start to fight anyone who threatens your bubble. Oh my God. These things seem so silly to me now. I spent the last 4 years only doing one thing. Only, and still every day, it is non-stop. If you've gone through a spiritual awakening, you know what I'm talking about. The intense desire to understand life as it is and to move through those barriers that you see are fake. You want the truth. And I don't mean the truth from facts. I'm not talking about facts. I'm talking about the truth of what life is about. Answers like, what is my purpose in life, are going to be circulating around your mind. And the idea that comfort is the most important thing is beginning to look ridiculous to you. Because with an awakening comes the understanding that only in challenging your uncomfortableness does comfort disappear, and does uncomfortableness disappear. The two vanish. Each challenge that you're gifted in life, is not even a challenge anymore. But every negative or positive experience that you may have called it positive or negative in the past, all of these experiences now enhance your practice. You see, when you go through the awakening process at the very early stages, you're going to notice that the ego in you is still going to want to cling to comfort. But the deeper aspect of you is going to be screaming that you know it's not right. You are here to challenge yourself and to grow. Life is a school. All the notions, all the ideas that you've grown up to believe or thought were real, like work, when you say that label, that word, and all the ideas you have around it, need to be torn down. Responsibility. Each word that you say is going to create a certain feeling inside of you. You need to re-examine the meanings of words. Meditate on every word. Say it to yourself and notice your inner reactions. You need to be truthful to yourself, and you will not have a choice. You won't be able to not be truthful to yourself. That's one thing you're going to notice, if you haven't already, when you've gone through a spiritual awakening, is that you can't lie to yourself anymore, and karma seems to be right on your tail. The instant you don't follow the right path, the universe will kick you right in the butt. You're on the fast track to awareness. which is what you are, your consciousness. You don't have a choice. You never did. Choice is an illusion. Choice is an illusion. Choice is an illusion. There's only happening. The body reacts, responds, moves. And the only power you have, you may need to come to terms with this, but the only power you have is your power of awareness. And that's where all your power and your freedom lies. To simply be aware of the changes within you. There's going to be things that happen. The body will have a type of response, and you just become aware. And that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you can do. When your body has a reaction or a response due to a situation, a thought, something that's internal, or something from the outside, someone does something to you, or seems to, all you need to do is just watch. That's it. Your only purpose is to become more and more aware. If you've gone through a spiritual awakening as of late, you may start to feel very confused. Because the old voices in your mind are still going to be there for a while. Like a wheel that's gained a lot of momentum. You have to let it finish spinning. But there's another aspect of you now. There's a new sense, if you will, that's been given to you, a new gift. For me, it was the sense of energy. When I first had my awakening, it felt as though I grew a new arm, for an example. And in the same way that when a baby is born, he needs to learn how to use each finger. And if you ask a baby to do this, it's not going to happen. When I had my spiritual awakening, I had this new sense, this new tangible ability. And I used the example of an arm. I didn't have an arm, I didn't grow a new arm, but just using the example of a finger and a baby trying to use his fingers, for example, I needed to learn how to use this. I can still feel it now, energy. To anyone who's sensitive enough, you can probably feel it now. I've tried all different types of magical sigil magic. I've tried different candle magics, mantras, witchcraft. I've been practicing Reiki since the very beginning. Yoga, and not the exercise version. Clairvoyance. I'm sure I'm missing some, and once I'm done filming the video, I'll be like, oh, I should have said this. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, and it's sudden, like mine was, you're going to bounce off the two polarities of extreme positivity and extreme negativity. You're going to be extremely sensitive to the smallest subtle changes inside of you. You're going to notice that people notice. You're going to have a heightened sense of awareness of what people are thinking, maybe not what they're thinking in the form of words, but their energy, the field of energy that the human being and body emits when it changes from, I was going to say one polarity to the next, but in all the subtle changes that a human can go through, you're going to be very sensitive to this. And it's your job to focus on you and not to take advantage of the plethora of different outlets you can indulge in when it comes to how to use this energy. You want to be careful because whatever you do comes back to you, and you've probably seen this now. If you've been chosen, you've been given a huge responsibility to use this energy for the growth of humanity. In a sense, a spiritual awakening is to have you give your gift away. It's to have you realize that that's the purpose, that's the point. You're going to be tempted in all different manners, different ways you could imagine. And it's for you to give this gift away. Share a comfortable silence with me. Let's meditate here for the last part of the video. Forget everything I've said. And simply focus on the sensations of energy within you, around you. Just be open to feeling what's happening right now. Not trying to manipulate it in any way, but simply going in with the question of what is. If you want to know if you're experiencing a spiritual awakening, then the one desire that's above all is for you to give everyone the gift you've been given. Its value goes beyond anything else. And to know that you probably can't. Having had the most beautiful experiences, having been given this gift, this understanding, but not being able to just hand it to another person is the most painful thing to you if you've gone through a spiritual awakening. It's as though you're in heaven and everybody around you is still walking around in hell. And no matter what you say, you can't reach them. So we try, and we will continue to try in every way, in any way possible, until the world can feel heaven on earth for themselves. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you. Thank you. I give all away. May the world share in this blessing. I appreciate you. Peace.